The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Make sure you get over there to Underdog and use their brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 to get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Know me, know the voice of the guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell, Furman Jr. here at your service. It was, great season. Great season, Valkyries. I'm not standing, but this is a standing O, I promise you. And they got one from every single person in that San Jose freaking arena, because San Jose, San Francisco, same result, Golden State Valkyries first fucking half. I tell the truth. If you didn't sail the whole season, just let me know. And how does it feel? Just curious. Because I've been talking about it since game 7, 8, Scott.
Yeah.
I think we said 7 or 8 games is when we officially called it a trend. I'll even call it game 11 and say we went the first 10 games and then started playing it.
Do you remember how we started this, by the way?
How did that start?
We started by trying to track the Mystics.
Oh, yeah.
The Valkyries.
Yeah, because we knew the Mystics wasn't going to be a good first half team. It's no Eric Tebow.
No, but that's why we agreed on 7 games, because we were waiting for the Mystics to see if they were still going to figure it out. Instead, we found the Valkyries in the process.
Yeah. Double check. Let me know if my mic's still cutting in and out.
You sound fine to me, so I'm assuming you're fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. Crazy stuff. If you didn't know who that is, by the way, that's Scott Studio Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise. How about if you sweep it out?
What's the point? I can't do anything right.
You'll do fine.
Hey, pal. You just blowing from Stupid Town?
Yeah, I got my ass kicked in game 2. It is what it is. I picked up the favorites, a decent amount of them, to actually sweep their series, and only one of them did. And the one that didn't cover. So either way, not a good time to fade the dogs for game 2. So far, home court. Props to both sides. Home court's been really good so far for the postseason. It's why the home team right now, besides the Mercury and the Liberty series we'll talk about in a second, the home teams have been covering very easily in almost every game. So either way, nice job by the desperate teams to survive in game 2. Lost the lock on the Aces. I don't know what the hell happened there. They were up by 9 with about 4 to go, and then gave up a 16-2 run?
I think it might have been like 4. Like it wasn't good.
4 run. I don't know what happened there, but the Aces were coasting and they fell apart, so that was not fun. And the Lynx won the game, but it took them until the 4th quarter to actually show up. So either way, they didn't cover that. Didn't matter because Heidemann no-showed the game 2. But either way, not really a good game 2 collection for me. If you took the favorites, you got killed. If you ended up backing the home teams, you did very well. So either way, we'll keep that in mind. Home court might have mattered more than I anticipated for the, I'll say, inferior teams in these matchups. But, I was hoping for at least one game 3. So we had something to talk about. For a second there, I thought we were only going to get game 3s, and that ended up not happening either because the Lynx came back. Valkyries, great season for them. Issue that I talked about all season came back to haunt them again, which was not scoring in the 4th quarter. I know we had a debate about what number was considered a bold take, but the Valkyries only scored 11 points in the 4th quarter. So if you want to include that as my bold take or not, whatever. There was 1 quarter where their offense shut down, and they blew a 17-point lead. So not ideal there, but the other home teams, or actually the 2 home teams and the Mercury on the road, were able to force game 3s. So at least we have some drama, a lot of elimination games, and I'm excited. Good content.
All right. let's see here. Before we get to the action, Scott, I do want to. I mean, we are a basketball show, all forms of basketball, WNBA, NBA. So I feel like we should. Why are Trae Young and Pat Bev beefing?
Oh, that's where we're going with this?
Why is Trae Young and Pat Bev beefing? Let me see if I can share this screen. Are we going to get... No, there's no copyright on this video. It's social media. Let me see. Can I do this? All right. Am I sharing? Sharing? I'm sharing. Okay. Let's play this. Let's play this.
All these guys, and you talk about impact.
Oh yeah.
Where was your real impact in winning? I know you were labeled as a tough defender, a great defender, and the accolades say that you were. But I promise you, anytime you was on the court with me, I was never scared of you. I was never scared of Patty Bev. I promise you. And as you can tell, Patty don't scare me now. And also, let me clarify my tweet for you, since you want to do it this way. Relax. Let us speak for ourselves. It's simply just that. Let us speak for ourselves. Some of us have different opinions than others. But if you have somebody who's a non-All-Star, who's never been to the All-Star game, never even had a chance, or even felt like he had a chance when he was playing in this league, say that the guys who are All-Stars take the game for granted when we playing. I can't speak for every All-Star that's been there. I can only speak for myself. And I just wanted to let you know that you need to relax, because not every All-Star that's played in the game or plays in the game.
All right, that's enough of that.
I didn't know we were going to go there today, but yeah.
Oh man, I mean, two dummies just going back and forth with each other.
Well, I'm trying to remember who started. It was Pat Bev.
Right. I assume it was Pat Bev who started it. So Trae Young made a post. I never saw the actual tweet, but then Pat Bev did a podcast with his guy and started talking about Trae Young and started talking about Trae Young hasn't won, and Pat Bev went to the playoffs his first 7 years. And I'm like, and it was so many moments where
there's a bit on there where Trae Young makes fun of Pat Bev for getting up on the scores table after winning a playing game. But we didn't play
it wasn't in that version. It's an 11-minute video, guys.
Yeah.
I had to play the part that somebody cut out, but it was an 11-minute version. I just think it's hilarious that, like, of everybody that's beefing in the NBA right now, Pat Bev and Trae Young have this beef, and I don't know who's winning because both of them look dumb.
I forgot what's the saying for the expression "role players talking like starters"?
Yeah, no, for real.
That's the expression. I mean, that's what Pat Bev's doing.
Is one part where he starts to read Pat Bev's stats and he gets so frustrated. First of all, wait, if you're going to diss somebody, so let's talk about this like as a podcast, because I get that he's an athlete, and I'm not saying that we're experts in this podcast thing, but we've done it a lot longer than Trae Young. If you're gonna do this, write yourself a monologue and just practice a little bit. You practice basketball all the time, maybe 10, 15 minutes, get your words together. Because the amount of cuts that were in that 11-minute video, Scott, if you had to edit that video, you probably would have spent an hour on it. I mean, he cut the video so many times, and I can only assume he was cutting the video because he kept messing up.
You don't have to memorize the whole thing, but some key points.
Some key points, get through the parts, like get through 11 minutes. You can talk for 11 minutes without having to cut the video every 10 seconds. There was like 100. I swear, if we go and we count the number of cuts in the video in the 11-minute video, there's like 100 cuts in that video. It's really ridiculous.
Look, the only thing I'll say about the beef, I know that it's a WNBA pod, but I'll put it this way. I've been critical of Trae Young over the years. It's documented. I've questioned his defensive effort many seasons, and that's why I don't know if he could actually be the number one I know for a fact he can't be the number one for a title team. Having said that, if you're going to call him out for playoff success, you have to be more than a role player. Like, that's not really a fair comp. I get you want to kind of, I can't even say ring culture because none of you have won anything. But the argument is I've been more successful in the postseason than you have.
Like, what are you arguing about?
Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and like other potential Hall of Famers. What has Trae Young had in the league? Like, I know I'm not the biggest Trae Young guy, but he's been the number one. I don't think that's, once again, solid amount of team construction.
And it's like Pat Bev looked dumb, and then Trae Young looks dumb because he's talking about, I've been to an Eastern Conference Finals. I've done all this stuff. I'm getting ready for the season.
But then
I'm about to go chasing.
Trae went to a conference finals. He lost to Milwaukee.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, Trae was like, I've been to a conference finals. Now he started to read off his stats, and I'm like, okay, Trae, like, this is getting to be a little much in this video. I don't know how I got to watching the whole video.
I just don't know the Pat Bev argument if the furthest that they went in the playoffs is the same round.
That's where I was like, wait, you both made the conference final. But apparently Pat Bev's argument is that he's been to the playoffs more. Trae's argument was that he's been to the playoffs more in a longer career, but Trae has been more effective in the playoffs when he has been.
Well, he's been carrying the damn team. Like, Pat Bev has had a bunch of Hall of Famers around him.
I just thought it was hilarious the amount of times that Trae Young said we are preparing to go chase for a championship, and I literally was thinking, no, you're not. You're actually not preparing to go chase for a championship. You're just preparing to play a season of basketball.
Look, we'll save it for the actual win totals and stuff during the offseason, which actually coincidentally Lonta asked me about a couple hours before the show when we were going to start the NBA shows. Season starts on the 21st of October, so sometime in October. We have probably like 5-6 episodes for the offseason, which we'll get into. But either way, point is, people are high in Atlanta, and you could argue that the Eastern Conference is very, very weak. So if you're talking about chasing a championship, that's what you're supposed to say just for PR purposes. Atlanta can maybe make it to the conference finals. I wouldn't pick them to go beyond that, but it might be a decent season for Atlanta. We'll see.
We'll see. Kristaps Porzingis, Jalen Johnson. I just wanted to drop some NBA news, Scott. That's it.
I respect it.
I had fun. Because it just popped up in the middle of the night. I'm like, what is Trae Young dropping an 11-minute video for? And then I had to go back and dive into it, and apparently it was Pat Bev that started it. But
anyway, I guess the main point that I'll make out of this controversy.
I'm going to try to play Trae Young one-on-one now.
I don't know if he's going to do that because I don't know where he is. I know he was playing in Israel. I don't know where he's living at this point. But either way, point is, the last thing I'll mention about this beef, which is important to this podcast, NBA closer than you think. It's about a month away. NBA episodes will start in October. So if you're waiting for NBA stuff, a couple more weeks.
All right, let's talk about the actual best team in Atlanta here in just 1 second. We've got the SGPN store in the App Store or Google Play Store. Go get it wherever you can. Easy access for all our picks and podcasts. Let's go. Y'all gonna take this NBA talk. Matter of fact, you lucky I don't have let me find some other news. Y'all lucky I don't got no other NBA.
I thought you were going to taunt me, by the way, as a Nets fan. Like, breaking news, the Nets waived Keon Johnson. And I'm like, no, please. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, I hope that's not where we're going. But
no, I wouldn't do that to you.
That's fine. As a reminder, by the way, we have 3 games to talk about because, of course, the Lynx won their series. So we have 3 elimination games.
Daquan Jeffries has been waived by the Hornets, by the way.
Not Daquan Jeffries. Come on, man.
They're getting mad. I'm talking about the NBA on a basketball pod.
That's fine. You want to move into WNBA playoff stuff?
No. I'm here. I'm ready. I was just
doing. I know you're messing with people. It's fine.
All right. Indiana Fever on the road.
I also like how we gave more references to Daquan Jeffries than the entire Kawhi Leonard saga over the podcast for the last month.
Bro, that's been so dumb. Like, oh my God, the Kawhi Leonard saga.
We'll save that for the offseason because there is a chance maybe he gets suspended or something. We got to wait for it to play out. But
for what? They don't even have
but the point is the contract, you could argue, is extremely flawed and they might have to do something.
They don't even have anything. The Kawhi Leonard stuff is pissing me off because now you're just pocket watching.
We'll talk about it, but either way, we'll save that for the NBA offseason episode.
I cared way more about the Trae Young Pat Bev beef than Kawhi Leonard stuff. Although it is interesting that Kawhi Leonard probably won't be on the team next year. I
need a deep dive with Uncle Dennis. That's my last point I'll make.
Indiana Fever on the road. Go to play the Atlanta Dream. Dream laying 7.5. 153.5 is total. That total's coming crashing down. All right, Scott. I told you I thought Indiana was going to be competitive in that game.
They killed them. In the second half, they did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this was the worst game that the Atlanta Dream had played since that game where they shot the worst in, I think it was WNBA history against the Wings. Like, in fact, they shot that game against the Wings, scored 55 points. They had not scored less than 72 points until that game against the Indiana Fever in the playoffs. Yeah, man, the home court really, really did the trick there. And with that being said, this is the letdown. This is we got up for the game at home. We gave our crowd a show. We got the win. We looked great. It was this great defense. Every shot went in. And now they go back on the road here. Kelsey Mitchell probably still has a good game. Maybe Aaliyah Boston shows up. But outside of that, you're going to be, you're picking straws on who's going to actually be able to score on this Atlanta Dream defense. I think Carl Spesco is going to have this team locked in. Atlanta's really, really good in the bounce back spot. After that game against the Wings, they went toe-to-toe with the Lynx, beat the Liberty, and those were the two best teams in the league at that point. I just think there's a talent gap here where I actually literally look at this schedule and I say, man, if the Atlanta Dream somehow, some way get past the Las Vegas Aces, I really think they have a good chance to win the title.
We got to show some respect, the Aces or the Storm. Technically.
Right. True. You're right. With that being said, I don't trust Indiana on the road. They score way worse on the road. I don't think that they have enough to defend the Dream offense like that for 2 games in a row. It was a lot more of the Dream missing shots more than the Indiana defense actually doing something. I think the pace is going to slow to an absolute halt, and it's not going to be going up and down the court as it was in Indiana. And this is the Dream's game where they just dominate and they cruise through. Home team cover here. Give me the Atlanta Dream, lane 7.5.
So I think I'm going to agree with you, but I do want to point out it's a common theme in elimination games. The under tends to take a lot of money and tends to work out. You see a lot, I'd say, more physical defense. The refs will let a bit more go. I like the under in this game. You mentioned Indiana defensively. They buckled down in game 2. Offensively, they look pretty good. Their home road splits are pretty alarming offensively, which you did address. And I think going back to Atlanta, I could see the offense struggling again. Looking at the first 2 games in the series, we saw each team no-show game offensively. We saw Indiana score 68, and we saw Atlanta score 60. I think Atlanta will play a lot better, obviously, because all 3 of their main players no-showed the game. Mm-hmm. Howard, Gray, and Canada were all atrocious in game 2. I think they'll bounce back, but the fact is each of the first 2 games did go under this number. Not by a lot, but they still went under. And then you get a game 3 type of intensity. I like the under in the game. I think this total's a bit high. I think this game does finish somewhere in the 140s, and I think that the Dream end up clamping defensively. But I think the Fever offensively on the road should struggle again, and with that being the case, they might drag the total down with themselves. And I do think Indiana defensively, I'll ask you, do you think it was great defense, or do you think that Atlanta just bricked a bunch of open shots?
I thought they just missed shots. I thought the defense was solid, and it was definitely had their moments, but I thought it was a lot more of Atlanta just was not prepared to go into Indiana in that crowd. You had Alicia Gray getting into it with fans, and after that, I mean, the game was over by that point, but at that point, Alicia Gray looked kind of dead and kind of thrown off her game after getting into it. I don't know what the fans said to her. Like, it just seemed like that was not the environment they were prepared to walk into.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the under in this game, but I agree with you about the Dream. I saw people clowning the Dream home court for the lack of people there. I'll put it this way. For the small amount of people that are there, the atmosphere is kind of crazy.
Yep.
The fan base,
it's a small venue. It's like a small venue. Everybody's kind of on top of each other. The sound kind of funnels down, like the acoustics I was built. Like, it's going to be lit. All right. So we're both on Atlanta. I'm on the under. I don't think Indiana's going to be able to score here.
Do you believe in the elimination game unders, or do you think it's just a coincidence for this game?
Nah. I mean, it makes sense. You're fighting for your life.
The first 2 games didn't even reach 150, so I don't really see an uptick in points.
And at the end of the day, you have Steph White, who is still a defensive head coach. Like, yeah. They may not have the personnel on this team to play the level of defense she would like to play night in, night out, but still a defensive head coach. Like, I don't think that she's coming out here with a bad game plan. I just think the Atlanta Dream have too many options when it comes to scoring the basketball. And the Indiana Fever don't have enough options.
It's usually why unders do work out, by the way, in elimination games, is the fact that there's a lack of pace. There's at least one quarter where the whole offense dies because the pace is just non-existent. Yeah. And you end up getting what could be like 6 points in the first 5 minutes of the quarter. And at that point, the game goes under because one quarter finishes with 20 and change. So it happened in the Valkyries game yesterday. You had a quarter that completely just died and killed the entire total.
Yep.
That happens sometimes. So I like the under in the game.
All right, player props. I like Ryan. Let's just go ahead, throw that out there. Bounce back game for Ryan here.
I'm looking at rebound props because if we're picking a bunch of misses, I'll go for some rebounds in this game. So I'll ask you, who do you like more, Aaliyah Boston or Bree Jones?
Aaliyah Boston.
I agree.
I would play Naz Hillman. I think if I played her, I would play a points and rebounds just in case. Yeah, 16.5 points and rebounds for Naz Hillman. She's been over that in 7 of her last 10, actually. But this seems like the big Naz Hillman game where she goes out. By the way, the 6th Player of the Year award still has not been announced. I'm sure that's lingering in the back of their mind. I don't know if that'll be announced later today, but
I'm trying to remember who's favored.
Who's favored? I have no idea.
Is it Heidemann favored?
I would think it's Heidemann, and you probably got Naz Hillman in there.
Hillman will be a finalist. I'm just assuming Heidemann's going to get it.
Yeah, but I think this is one of those spots where Naz Hillman comes back home, has one of those really big games where she can go have like a 10-7 type of game on the glass and on the scoring here. Really, really good shooting the ball. Like I said, I think this is going to be more of a little pockets of Atlanta's offense really showing. And it's because they have so many different options. Like it's not just Alicia Gray or Ryan Howard like it was last year, to be honest. Like last year, it felt like it was just a lot of Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard trying to make it work when they were actually healthy. But now they have so many options. They have Naz, they have Bree Jones that they can get a ball to. Jordan Canada, when she's healthy and playing. Brittany Griner coming off the bench has been good for them, especially in the series. By the way, Carl Smesko. And if Natalie Nakase was not a thing, I mean, runaway coach of the year. To put a vet like Brittany Griner on the bench and get constant production out of her.
I'm going to give Griner props, too, for accepting the role change to the bench.
Yes, and they look great. When she comes in the game, it's a spark because literally nobody has something off of the bench to slow her down.
Yeah.
It's I'm really impressed by the Atlanta Dream. I really do think that the Aces are the only thing right now that are really, really slowing the Atlanta Dream down. I think if they play Minnesota in the finals, they would give Minnesota a hell of a series. So Naz Hillman, I say all that to say I think Naz Hillman has a little bit of a game here. I really, really do like the Ryan Howard play, and I'm backing Ryan Howard again. The down game was enough for me. I'm getting back in. So I'll probably have some type of Ryan, what is it called, ladder going on our points here.
Well, we know she's never afraid of shooting. There is one player I am going to fade, though, on the Dream. I'm going to fade Jordan Canada. I'm going to take her PRA under at 19.5. I took it in a game 2. It was recommended by Rhythm, so I ended up taking it. She's at a less than 17 PR in 5 straight games. She's at a less than 11 PR in 3 straight games, and her line's at 19.5. Like, I understand it's an elimination game, and you need your best players to show up, but Canada just has not been doing anything lately, and this feels like a massive uptick that I don't think she's ready for. I know she can do it, but she needs to literally double her PRA from game 1 and game 2 to go over in game 3. 10 in game 1, 10 in game 2. She needs 20 in game 3. That's asking for a lot. She can improve and have 18. Pretty decent game, but 19.5 PRA, I got to go under on that. At minus 119, that feels pretty high. Give me the under on that.
I like it. I think that's it here.
Yeah.
All right. Next game here we are. Oh, well, wait. Before we get to the next game, let me talk to you about MyBookie.ag. Your place to bet every single sport, including the WNBA playoffs. You can get in on your football, NFL, college football over there at MyBookie.ag. Their motto, bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit and get lightning pass payouts using cryptocurrency. Head over to MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. So that's at MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig's America's #1 sports prediction market. Since Novig is an exchange, you'll be getting some of the best prices on the market. I mean, there are people on Novig that are willing to bet anything. So you need to go check it out. Available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5. If you use our promo code SGPN, get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. Second game 3 of the day. We've got Seattle Storm on the road going to play Las Vegas Aces. Aces laying 8. I've seen this jumped around. It's been at 8.5. Seen it at 7.5.
Yeah, record scratches. You might have asked yourself how we got here. I don't know how the hell we're in game 3 right now.
Hey.
But, we take, I guess. I put out a tweet basically saying I can't wait for the Storm to get eliminated. I can't stand this team. You've been fine the entire time. It might be YouTube that's just glitching or something, and people have to just refresh.
Oh yeah, go.
Yeah, JSL, try to reset because somebody had an issue earlier and they refreshed and it was fine. So try to refresh. It might be a YouTube thing.
And also, putting it in all caps is not respectfully. Don't say respectfully after putting it in all caps and be like respectfully.
All I know is his audio is fine with me, so I'm assuming it's a YouTube thing.
That's like when you. Oh man, I can't make that joke on there. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. But
I don't know what joke you were going to say, so I'll let you.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's very.
I'm not going to hold you to it. I'm just saying. I don't think most people know what you're talking about. But
no.
The point is, I sent out a tweet which I basically jinxed the hell out of the Aces. I said I can't wait for the Storm to get eliminated because I can't stand this team, waste of talent, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the final 4 minutes happened. And they came back from 9 down, and they ended up winning the game. I'm shocked. That was one of the more shocking outcomes I've seen in a while. The Lynx coming back was kind of expected.
Scott, I told you they're competitive in the game.
No, I know that. But the Aces had won 17 in a row. Being competitive
at some point you got to lose.
Correct. But being competitive and winning outright are two different things. The Aces were coasting. They were up by 14 at one point. They were up 9 with 4 to go. And the Storm, as we know, are a team that likes to mess around and underachieve. But for 4 minutes, they looked like an actual team that played up to potential. Good for them. They need to do a lot more in game 3. But I'm shocked we're here. Good for them. That's all I'll say. Good for the Storm, not the Showers. I will give them their name back because that was impressive.
Yeah, Hunter. There we go. Way better of a PG version. That's like saying no offense after saying some mean shit. Yeah. Oh, the chat's booming. W's in the chat. Scott. So how did that run happen? It happened because Noelle Quinn was not afraid to leave Erica Wheeler and Malonga in the game. Ezzy. Somebody's gonna get a good one.
What'd she have again? 4 points in game 2?
I think one of the expansion teams, this is gonna be a call. I think one of the expansion teams is gonna get a really good player in Ezzy McMcCord. I think the Storm, whether they fire Noelle Quinn or not, I think they're going to move on because you have to play Malonga. We did get robbed of a Malonga dunk. You have to play Malonga.
Yeah.
Like at this point, we have now realized like
game winning and one second career playoff.
The way I'm about to drag Malonga's name like Jason Tatum when he was 19 in the league.
Yeah.
She's only 19. I'm about to be saying this for like the next 4 years, Scott. She's only 19.
I'm not going to roast Malonga, by the way, because of course she had the great and one. Can you imagine if she actually just punched it?
Oh my God, bro. Like
WNBA Twitter would have completely broken
in the playoffs. In the playoffs?
In the final minute, she just throws one down. But either way, Malonga played really well. Wheeler hit that crazy shot clock ISO grenade from the wing. Diggins was phenomenal in the fourth quarter. Gabby didn't do much. That's fine. But Diggins stepped up. Wheeler hit some shots, and Malonga was great. But I think you're right. The main, I'd say, move you can make is playing Ezzy less because she's been a complete non-factor. So that's kind of what you run into here is where do we go from here rotation-wise? Mm-hmm. You got to trust the younger player at this point. You got to trust Malonga. She's earned her spot to play more minutes.
Yep, very much so. Do you hear me? Do I sound cool?
Well, now your audio is a bit low on volume, but you sound fine.
Hold on. All right, there we go.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. All right. Whoa. All right, there we go. We good? We good?
Yeah,
we good? Chat. W's in chat. We're good.
So I know you said they'd be competitive, but you weren't shocked at all when they were down 14 in the I thought they were going to roll over and die. They came out for the start of the third quarter, got buried immediately, and I'm like, oh, classic Storm. Can't score. Really bad execution. Down 9. Asia's getting whatever she wants. Jackie's having a birthday game.
My thought the whole game is like, me personally, I was already on Seattle plus.
Yeah, I know you were.
But I really didn't feel uncomfortable because watching the game, I kept thinking, man, they just they keep leaving them hanging around. Like they just continue. Let me know if that's good.
That should be
yeah. So they just keep letting them hang around. They just kept letting them hang around. Every time they got it to double digits and they started to extend and they started to get somewhere.
They kept breaking free throws. They kept missing a bunch of free throws.
And then here comes a big shot. Big 3, Skylar Diggins here. Big shot, NECA here. Like it was a big shot, NECA. Every single 5 seconds. NECA couldn't miss. I'm surprised I looked at the stat sheet and saw misses. Like I felt like every time I saw NECA shoot the ball, it went in. So,
they got a big basket when they needed one, but the Aces, I'll put it this way. I know the Storm took it. They did kind of fumble that game away. That was pretty ugly for a team that's won 17 in a row.
With that being said, I don't know, man. I don't think this is the same thing as Atlanta and Indiana. I think the Storm are going down. I will go ahead and say that. I do think the Storm are going, but I think they're going down swinging. Yeah, I don't think they're going away. I don't think that they're going to go in here and again get blown out like that in Las Vegas. Now, the concern is that, one thing leads to another, and maybe this is like a 9-point, 10-point, 11-point win, which, really isn't a blowout, but it covers the spread here. But I just don't think that the Seattle Storm, because I don't think the Seattle Storm are afraid of the Aces because they know they match up well. They know that NECA and Gabby Williams can have great games against them whenever. Skylar Diggins as well. They know they have the offensive firepower to be able to put it up, but they just got to be able to do it. And this version of this Aces team, yes, they may break down defensively like they did earlier in the season, but they are more settled, especially when it gets to clutch time, except with, the theatrics that happened in game 2. But they have been actually better in clutch time defense. And so I think this is a close game. I think that the Seattle is going to come in here. They're going to battle. The Aces aren't going to run away with it. But it's going to be pretty definite that the Aces are going to win this game by when it's all said and done. So I'm going to play with fire, Scott. I'm going to take Seattle plus the points because I really do think Seattle is in this game, and I think 8 is too much.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a similar script to you. I'm going Aces 1-10. Okay. I understand the Storm got buried in game 1. You could argue that them going back to Vegas, the crowd there, we know the Aces, of course, have a ton of championship pedigree. They might respond well, but the Storm might have found some things against this team. If Diggins plays that well, Malonga plays minutes. The real, once again, flaw with the lineup was Ezzy, which became very apparent in game 2. No offense to Ezzy. But Malonga being there, even defensively, she blocked Asia a time.
Oh, my God.
Defensively, she was giving Asia some problems.
And the rebounds were so easy, like at a point. And it just makes you realize again, like how much Dom Malonga is taller than everybody else, and the length and everything. And it's the fact that they finally have something that gives them a rebounding edge. And I think you have to play her more minutes. If Malonga plays more minutes and she's able to still be effective, it's going to put Seattle in this game. And I don't know how you saw what happened in game 2 if you're Noelle Quinn, even if you're Noelle Quinn and not go back to it. Like, how do you just sit there and say, like, clutch time, or I'm going to not play Malonga 25 plus minutes in this game?
So that's kind of the thing, though, is that defensively, with Malonga playing more minutes, they only gave up 14 points in the fourth quarter. And that was kind of the shocker, was that the Aces, after scoring 22 in the first 3, 22 plus in the first 3, they only scored 14, which is why the Storm were able to come back. The defensive intensity ramped up. Malonga was great. Looking at the actual numbers, Malonga had a double-double off the bench with 2 blocks in 23 minutes. I know that she had 4 fouls. If she can keep that under control, she should arguably play 30-plus minutes. She was a plus 11. She led the team in plus-minus. And a reminder, Sykes was terrible in that game. Ezzy didn't do much. Gabby was really bad. Gabby and Sykes combined to shoot 4 of 14, and they still won the game. There's a path. I'm not saying that they're going to win the game. That's not what I'm saying. but I do think they can hang in there. I'll go Aces 1-10. I think the Aces win this by, if I had to go with a number 6, would be the number I go with. I'd be shocked if the Aces, who ended up winning 17 in a row, completely choke and lose a 1-0 lead and get eliminated in the first round. I'd be shocked. But I do think that the Aces should win a competitive game. The Storm have earned a certain amount of respect for me, where I'm not picking them to get destroyed, but I'm not picking them to win either. So I'll go with the win margin here for the Aces, which I can find available at, I see plus 145 for the Aces 1-10. I'll take that.
Shout out to Jimmy in the chat. Good point. Great point bringing up. Noel Quinn dodged a post-game question about Malonga because it would give away the game plan. I mean, we're going to get into props in a second, but Scott, I played Malonga double-double last game.
I saw some people were clowning you for it because they thought that it would only be available for garbage time. She wouldn't get enough minutes. Oh, no, she's playing. Like, you better believe she's playing.
Like, I just – I mean –
No, she's a hooper.
Yeah, it's all
we knew that going in. You know, she came in out of international, I'd say,
France.
Scouting.
She came out of France.
Came out of France international scouting, and you're like, who's this person? Usually it takes a year or two to actually get adjusted. And I'll put it this way. It has not been a fully smooth process at times with her minutes being in flux. I think I want to say she's earned Quinn's trust because she's out of moves. You kind of have to play her. She's been, what, your second or third best player in the entire series?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
she has. She has. And if she has a game here on the road, and that's going to be the concern. I think that's going to be concern. If she has this game on the road scoring, because she's going to have to finish strong. I think that they're probably going to throw more contact at her this game and try to just make sure that, you know, she isn't in position for offensive rebounds and being able to put points in the basket like that. If she gets the ball in the pick and roll, they're going to put a body on her, try to be a lot more physical with her, make her earn it at the line, especially on the road here at 19 years old. Like that has to be the game plan to kind of take her out the game, and it's just getting way more physical with her because she's played physical. She's played in France for years. Like you got to understand, she's 19 years old in the WNBA, and a WNBA that doesn't allow 19-year-olds.
Yeah, typically. So yeah,
like everybody that comes through the WNBA goes to college, and they go to college for multiple years.
No, the takeaway for me is pretty simple for Malonga, which we knew going in if you watched her play. She's going to be really, really good.
Yep.
In this league. And I see people mentioning her double doubles down to plus 310. A reminder, check out the same game parlays. You can parlay points and rebounds and see if you get a better price. Some books do that. So make sure before you actually blindly hit the double double button, parlay 10 points with 10 rebounds and compare prices.
W. Scott. All right. Totals at 159.5. Ugh.
I get it because it is an elimination game, but I don't know if I trust either defense to do anything.
Yeah, give me over. This is an elimination game under. I can't get behind, and it's dropping. It just dropped to 158.5. Scott,
I'm not surprised because it's an elimination game, and the Storm you could argue found something defensively, but that was at home in one quarter.
Yeah,
the game was a track meet.
Like, what if they just stopped playing defense here?
Yeah, I mean the Aces scored 100 plus in game one. The Storm can maybe get to 80 in this game. I'm not going to write them all from getting to 80. Yeah, there are a couple ways to get there. I kind of like the over in this game.
Yeah, same.
Maybe a live over if it's like an ugly start, but I like the over.
All right, let's see here. Malonga rebounds are still at 7.5. I will still play that. I will still play the rebounds. I think the rebounds are going to happen regardless. I just don't think there's nothing they can do about that. And the books are afraid to just go ahead and jump the number up. I think it probably should be at 9.5, maybe 8.5. 7.5 is way too low. I think she could stumble into 8 rebounds.
I see Adam mentioning, by the way, that he took the advice that I had. So regular double-double for Malonga is plus 310 apparently. And you did the same game parlay plus 475.
Look at that.
So once again, don't forget the same game parlay stuff.
Oh, you sound like Dame Dash changing people's lives out here.
Only if it wins. Only if it wins.
Yeah, don't be broke like Dame either. All right, let's see. What else player props we like here?
Well, we can switch a little bit to the Aces. Is there anybody that you want to back on that side? I know that, of course, Jackie had a great game on her birthday.
Continue to play Jewel.
Okay.
She's been good, constantly been good. It seems like 12 is like the mark. Like it seems like double digits, about 12 points. It's about the mark. Yeah, and then you have the upside of is Jewel Lloyd, so she can always give you 20 whenever. But
you also have the revenge angle. She has the chance to just stick the dagger into her former team.
Oh yeah, and send them to the crib. Yeah, I love that angle. So it's hard for me not to play a Jewel play. She's been really good. You look at Jewel Lloyd in her last 4 games, she's at 13, 14, 21, and 15. 13 and 14 in this series against Seattle. Going up against her former team this season. This is going to be the 7th time she's played her former team this season, actually. Yep. And so she's gone over this in 4 of the 6 that she's played them. And the 2 games she did not go over, she had 10 on the dot, Scott. So she's had double digits in every single game going up against her former team. Yeah, I think this is a nice little cool Jewel Lloyd game, over 10.5 points. It's at plus money too, so I like Jewel Lloyd there.
It's a bit juicy, but I still like it based solely on minutes. Give me Asia over rebounds.
Okay.
It's at 10.5 at minus 130. I see some books have like minus 150, but DraftKings is 130. She had 13 last game, had 19 in the game against the Sparks, had 8 in the first game, but they were blowing them out. So she ended up playing only 30 minutes in game 1. Elimination game, people who should never leave the floor. Asia Wilson. She should never leave the floor. I'll put it that way. If the Aces blow them out, it is what it is. But we saw in game 2 that they can still choke away a decent lead. I could see Becky being extra careful, keeping Asia even in double-digit leads in this game. But Asia might play the full 40 if it's somewhat close. 10.5 rebounds is too low for a player who should never leave the floor, had 13 in game 2. And I understand, of course, the Aces have a couple of the people that can rebound, but nobody like Asia. So if you're picking Asia to have an MVP caliber game here in game 3, she might end up with like 25 and 15. But 10.5 rebounds feels too short for somebody who's the best rebounder on the roster, who should play at least 36 minutes in this game. Give me Asia just based on usage alone, over 10.5 rebounds, minus 130.
All right. I like that. With that same ploy, Gabby Williams had the down game, but man, she really does put up some good games against the Aces, man.
You could argue intentionally took a back seat because we saw Diggins was cooking, and they kind of went elsewhere with Nneka as well. Gabby can have a solid game. She still has plus and plus minus because defensively she was very solid. But we know offensively she can perform better than that. She might step up here, but she did take a back seat in game 2 because everyone else was kind of on fire.
Yeah, Scott. Gabby's last 9 games against the Aces. 14, 14, 20, 12, 20, 18, 14, 16, and then that 6-point game last night.
Yeah.
And she's at 10.5 plus money. Yeah, throw Gabby back on the card, man. Play the PRA if you're scared. And Jackie. So I get the totals lower because it's like elimination game, but Jackie Young is somehow at 16.5 points, Scott.
What'd she have, 28 last game?
25.
25, okay.
25 and 18 in the first 2 games of the series. Like, are they – like, okay, I get that it's game 3. We're expecting a lower total. Well, they're expecting a lower total, but –
there's a simple question. Can they stay in front of her? And I don't think they can. Like, I don't think it actually guard her. There are a lot of uncontested floaters around the rim.
And then they get nervous and they start playing. They start dropping, and then she just like, all right, and she just pulls up and pulls a 3 because she shoots 40% from 3. Yeah. Like, yeah, Jackie. This is a good series for Jackie. Jackie's killing, so I'm going with Jackie over 16.5.
I'll take the usual suspects to carry for the Aces. So give me Asia and give me Jackie to basically just ball out.
All right. Anything else here?
No, I think we're good. We mentioned stuff. Do you want anything for the Diggins options or Nneka? We can't ignore them. They just balled out in game 2.
Yeah.
I got to at least mention them in past.
If I had to pick one, I would pick Nneka over Skylar.
Okay.
Would I really, or would I pick Skylar? No,
I think I would
pick.
The amount of dog in Skylar, I might just pick her to just go down swinging entirely in this.
I feel that, but it's just like Nneka's been so consistent over the course of the entire year for them.
Yeah,
it just feels like they're going to go down swinging with Nneka.
By the way, shout out to Diggins, by the way, who I don't know if you saw that after game 2, Storm didn't even celebrate. Diggins just created a full team huddle, like trying to pump them up for game 3.
Yep.
Shout out to the Storm. Job's not finished. What's there to be happy about?
I'm telling you, the most Seattle Storm thing for this season is if they win this game. That would be the most that would be the most Seattle Storm thing ever this season is if they win this game right here.
In a way, I'm rooting for it, but I wanted to mention that. So I think that Diggins might be completely locked in. Got our entire team to huddle after a crazy comeback win to pump them up for game 3. No celebrating at all. It kind of shocked me. I was impressed. I'll go with Diggins on this one.
All right. Let's see here. However, we're both on the aces to get this done to move on. All right.
I'm going 1 to 10 though for the aces.
Yeah, he's got aces 1 to 10. I took the plus points with Seattle, but 1 to 10 with aces is clearly the better play there. All right. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, the place to go play your favorite players' fantasy stats. We're going to drop our pick 'em lineup at the end of the show. We got one more game to talk about on Wednesday, and we'll have that for you where you can win up to 500 times your entry. Just simply pick higher or lower your favorite player fantasy stats. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Off to a great start in college football and the NFL, and they were cooking all through the WNBA season. You can win cash prizes on their weekly leaderboards. All you got to do is just track your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model, and you build, and you could win $1,000 just like that. So head over there. Promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. That's RITHMM, by the way. Let's see.
Do we have to talk about this game? I am not excited for it. I'm going to be fully honest here. I am not excited for this final game. I know we're both fans of the same team.
Oh, well,
it might get ugly.
I'm excited because I have a 100-to-1 bet that is currently live in the game.
Yes, you do.
We
will not mention it. If you know, you know. It's fine.
The New York Liberty on Friday are going on the road to go play the Phoenix Mercury. Mercury are laying 2.5. 156 is the total. Liberty give up game 2 at home. I mean,
that's one way to phrase it.
They didn't show up. There's a kid out there who said that her bedtime is not until Sabrina tells her to go night-night.
She's on her 4th Red Bull. She's on her 4th Red Bull at the moment.
She is right now in the house in the fetal position with her eyes bloodshot red because she can't go to sleep.
Damn.
And she might be like that to the next season. She might not be like that.
I'll put it this way. In hindsight, she should have done her homework. Literally, might have been a better use.
That was the worst. That was the worst game to put that aside.
Did you watch the entire game, or did you turn off?
No, I turned it off. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. I literally. And then
second quarter came around. First quarter was great, and then immediately the Mercury are up like 25-5 in the second quarter, and I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. Like, there's just no point. This team, like, Stewie tried to play, respect it. She can't move. Yeah. Sabrina's not a great defensive player either. It was a bunch of basically
she's just not hitting anything. Like
it was a mess. It was really,
Sabrina's
really
no good to us if she's not hitting shots. Like,
and defensively, she's getting cooked.
Yes, ultimately, that's what it is. And I mean, we're fans of the team, so we can talk shit about Sabrina, and we know that's not personal. But Sabrina is literally no good to us if she's not hitting shots. No. If she's not hitting shots, or she's not, got the ball in her hands, being effective, creating for, like, she's literally no good to us. So, like, we have a player that's just out there running around getting cardio, and then Jacquel Jones can't get going at all in the series. AT's been very, very physical with her on the inside. I mean,
and of course, Stewie's injured.
At this point, they only won game 1 because a playoff cloud made an appearance.
Yes, and they almost choked game 1 as well.
Yeah, so we talked about this, and we talked about this since last year where they announced it, and I don't have an issue with the 1-1-1 series where you play the home game, give it to the lower seed, and then go back to the other seed to play the home game. The travel's annoying, but I don't have a problem if you have conferences, Western Conference, Eastern Conference. So you have a level of travel that they don't have to make. The Liberty went and played that horrible, disgusting, ugly game. You got Stewie who's walking around on one leg, and now they had to hop in the charter and fly all the way back to Phoenix for this game with the day in between.
It sucks.
I think that spot's going to hit the Liberty. I think it's going to hit the Liberty. It's going to hit multiple players. They're not going to look good. I don't think Natasha Cloud is going to get hit by it. I think she'll still have a good game for obvious reasons. And it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. You have, DeWanna Bonner has been going the entire series. They haven't had anything for Kalia Copper. And honestly, I think Ka's been kind of letting them off easy, if we're being honest. AT has been effective. She might not have triple-double, but she's been regular AT, super effective. And in that second game, they got all the other players to show up. Akoa Makani, Laska, Westbell, name it. Everybody else showed up for that team. If they do that in the Valley, this Liberty team has no shot, even on their best day. Even if Sabrina decides to show up for a game and she's got some type of 20-7 game. Like, if they don't have If they allow the entire team of the Phoenix Mercury to get confident shooting the basketball, to play the level of defense that they were playing, the Liberty have no shot at winning this game.
You also forgot to mention one other potential factor here for the Mercury. We have not gotten the AT Masterclass game yet.
You're right.
She had 14, 9, and 8 in game one, but she didn't shoot the ball well. There's always a chance AT can just go off. There's always a possibility for that happening too. I think it's a wrap for the Liberty. I understand that they won the title last year. We've been critical of this team for the entire second half, mainly with the Sabrina injury and with Stewie getting hurt too. Yeah. They're just not as, I'd say, I don't know if it's a chemistry thing, I don't know if it's a coaching thing, maybe all the above. They're just not as fluid, is the word I'll use.
I don't think they're healthy. I don't think they're healthy.
I think that's true too in this case. But I'm saying even when they were healthy-ish, we still found issues with this team all season. So it's not like the Liberty are the same title team they were last year. And with that being the case, I think we both thought in the back of our minds as fans, an early elimination against the Mercury would really not be that surprising. And I know that something's changed now with the variables because now Stewie's injured and she's going to try to play through it. But I think going into the series, we thought the Mercury might pull this off anyway. Just with
I had them in 3.
Yeah, so we're back to where we started. Not exactly the script with the road team winning each time, but we're here where we thought we would be for game 3, and Stewie can't move. So I'm shocked this is 2.5. I
thought it would be more. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it might be
4.5 or 5.
I thought it would be greater than 2 possessions, and it would make us consider taking the Liberty into points.
Yeah, 4.5 or 5. That's kind of
because what was game 1?
Liberty were favored by 2.5 on the road.
What?
I believe the Liberty were favored by 2.5 in both games.
Yeah,
both the road game and the home game.
Home game, it closed at 4.5.
Okay, so it opened at 2.5 both times, and it closed at 4.5 at home. I'm shocked when it came in on the Liberty for game 2.
So they just flipped it. So
they gave the Mercury a 4-point differential than game 1.
Okay. I guess I can
4 or 5 point differential, but I still think it's too low. If Stewie can't move, this team's not very good.
Even if Stewie could, I just always thought this was going to be a horrible spot for them.
Yeah. It's even worse because Stewie's injured, but yes.
Yeah.
And Sabrina can't shoot.
All right, we'll see if our Liberty prove us wrong again.
We'll see, but I'm skeptical.
We're both on the Mercury. Like, I feel pretty – I'm not going to lie. I'd be impressed. Yeah, I feel pretty good about the Mercury winning this game. I really do. All right.
I'm trying to think of a comp that I can go with where it's like a title team – that is being priced accordingly, but there are just injuries left and right, and you know that this team has nothing left in the tank. I don't want to say because it's a road game. I don't compare it to like Knicks Pacers game 7 like a couple of years ago, but like the whole team's just dead.
Yeah,
and you're like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah,
I don't know if they have the bodies.
The worst part is when players are hurt and they're still playing.
Yeah. But that Knicks series, like OG got hurt, you had Hardu got hurt, Brunson got hurt, and you're like, how are they supposed to win this game?
So if we assume Sabrina's still hurt from her injury, and that's why she sucks,
we
clearly can see Breanna Stewart hurt. Naira Sabli hasn't been playing. Yeah. I don't know if she's hurt or she really hasn't been she got a couple of minutes, but why is Naira for a team that can't rebound? I just don't understand why she's not playing. But I think it's over. They're cooked. All right, 156 is the total.
I'm gonna go under. I'm not sure the Liberty can score.
Yeah, same. At the very least, they might get up defensively, too. I'll go with under. But that was quick. Player props. Well, I like some form of just matter of fact, Just put AT. Let's just put it all AT together. PRA. Because I'm almost positive AT has some form of a good game here. I am already committed. I'm not jinxing. I'm just bringing awareness so that everybody knows. I don't know what bets everybody has on lead the series in points, but just so everybody knows, you currently have Natasha Cloud in the lead with 31. You have AT and Clea Copper right on her tail with 29. And then Dark Horse in fourth place. Jesus Christ. DeWanna Bonner has 26 points in the series.
You're hanging on by a thread.
This bet's gonna die.
I can't even say you were really close in game 2 because the Liberty just got smacked immediately.
It's like she had no chance to even continue playing. Like, come on, like, oh my God. So here we are. With that being said, I'm nervous because I really don't think that they're gonna be able to like slow down Ka and not Aaliyah. I'm on a whole different game. Alyssa Thomas. And so I think one of those two players goes off, and I think it's really actually closer to Alyssa Thomas. I think this is the Alyssa Thomas masterclass against the Liberty, where she just rebounds the basketball really, really well. Of course, the assists are going to be there. We know that she can score on the inside. So I like an Alyssa Thomas PRA. That line is officially at, let me see, hold on. There we go. 33.5. And I'll take it. I think this is a huge game for Alyssa Thomas. Like, I really do. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the game where she decides to spam out a triple-double. I
like the rebounds in this game.
And this is a low-key revenge game. Like, AT has been wanting to give the Liberty some hands for a long time, and she's never been able to do it because of Connecticut.
I think she wants to give the Aces hands more, but this is a decent consolation prize.
Yeah.
But either way, I'll go to Stewie.
Both of them kept her from a championship.
They did. I feel like the Aces, though, like, she never beats the Aces ever.
Yeah.
Like, ever. The Aces won so many games in a row against that Connecticut team. But I'll go with Stewie. I'll go with her under PRA. It's at 20.5. It's all encompassing, but she can't move. Mm-hmm. She had 10 in game 2. There's a chance she gets hurt and just ends up pulling herself, maybe. Like, the coaching staff just says you can't play at this point. I understand she's an all-time great player. She's won MVPs, might be the best college player of all time. Like, I understand all that, but she can barely move. If it was the regular season, she'd be out for a month. I got to fade the injured player here. Give me Stewie under 20.5 PRA.
DeWanna Bonner has been so good. I talk about her that, fourth in the series.
This is why they brought her in.
Yeah, literally double-digit games in both of the playoffs. I mean, she has history. She's won championship for the Phoenix Mercury before. She's been in playoff series, elimination games before. Like, that's just the level of experience I want to back. And somebody that's not afraid to go toe-to-toe with this team. It is a little bit they have actually moved the lineup on her and not as much as of others, but she's at 12.5 now. Little bit concerned there that it's up to 12.5. It was at I think 9.5 for game 1 and then 10.5 for game 2. So maybe slight concern at 12.5. But if you want to throw her in a parlay, maybe take a bet down 10 points, 11 points, whatever it is. I do think DeWanna Bonner has a really solid game here.
I think she should as well.
Let's see who else. Anybody else that I want to get behind? Well, I mean, of course, Natasha Cloud. I'm going down with the ship.
You should. I'm hoping Cloud reaches one point of, I can't trust any of you. I'll do this myself.
Yes. And you know what? I think we could get there because she had 23 in the first game.
Yeah.
Like, I think we could get there. I really, really do. Like, there's just going to be a point where she's like, all right, it's on me. Because Stewie's hurt. Sabrina's hurt. Jockwell can't get any space. This is what we brought you in for. This is literally what we brought you in for. So, Natasha Cloud, over 10.5 points. The line is back down to 10.5 now. Let me see here. You can get over 14.5 at plus 310, and you can get over 19.5 at 12-1. So, playoff Cloud, and plus she's been good in the bounce back games. Let me pull up the playoff game log again for the people. She's been good with the bounce back games in the playoffs. Where's Natasha Cloud at? Boom. All right, Natasha Cloud playoff game log. When she's had single-digit scoring in the playoffs since 2019, she's bounced back with 11, 19, 33, and then to be determined.
All
right. So Cloud over 10.5. Scott, that's it. Very interested to see what lock and dog picks we end up with here today. Lock. Man, I really do like it. It really feels like it should just be Mercury, man. Yeah, give me the Mercury. Laying 2.5. I think it's over for Liberty, man. I think they're really beat up. And you know what? If I lose my lock because the Liberty made it on to the second round of the playoffs, I'll be all right with that. But I just don't think they have a shot. I think they're way too beat up. Dog. Malonga for rebounds. Malonga rebounds is a good play. Or do I go back to Ryan with the threes? What's Ryan's threes at? Ooh, so 4 threes is plus 180. Or I can go Malonga alt rebounds. What's an alt rebound line for Malonga?
Well, it's at 7.5, so I'm assuming it'd have to be.
So 9 is plus 180 as well. So I can either take Malonga 9 rebounds, or I can take Ryan Howard 4 plus threes.
I feel like you're going to go with Malonga.
I went with Malonga last time. I'll go with Ryan this time.
All right.
Ryan had the down game, and come on, she's going to shoot.
Yeah.
10 to 12. We can get 4. Yeah, I'll go with Ryan. Give me Ryan 4 plus threes, plus 180.
All right. For my lock, I'll go to Asia in this one. Give me the Asia over 10.5 rebounds at minus 130. At the end of the day, I'll back the best player in the world to show up in an elimination game. I do think that she's going to play a ton of minutes. She had 13 rebounds in game 2. She went under in game 1, but solely because the Aces were up by about 40, so she didn't have to play much. But I would not be shocked if Asia basically never left the floor in this game because they need her. And when she leaves the floor, damn, this team sucks. Like, they need her on the floor the entire time. So I like Asia. Hopefully the Storm hang in there so they don't pull Asia. But give me the over 10.5 rebounds at minus 130 as my lock. For my dog, I'm going to go with the Mercury as well, but I'm going to go with a same-game parlay. Said before, Tennessee lower scoring games in game 3. I think we see that again, whether the Liberty can score or not. Give me the Mercury money line with the under 156, and that's plus 183.
All right. Underdog.
I kind of want to recycle the Asia rebounds.
All right. Asia, let's see. Hold on. Underdog. All right. Asia, Las Vegas. Where are the rebounds at? There we go. Higher 10.5 rebounds. Let's go with. Should we play Ryan points or Kelsey Mitchell points? Ryan for the plot, because we know just how good she is, and the bounce back game is there.
See, I thought we might go Malonga PR initially.
Oh no, Malonga PR is good play.
Okay.
Let me see if that's up here.
Because I was going to skip both of the ones you were thinking about in that game. I thought about going with Malonga and then maybe just doubling down on Cloud at 10.5.
Ooh.
Because 10.5 is pretty low for a player who we think might have to at least embrace a bigger role.
Because nobody else can freaking move.
Correct.
All right. Good call, Scott. Scott, you did this on your own. I was no help.
I mean, if it loses, I'm sorry. But
I was no help here. Asia Wilson higher 10.5 rebounds. Dominique Malonga higher 17.5 points and rebounds. And Natasha Cloud higher 10.5 points. Add it all in underdog. Shake it up. You're going to get 6.07x. $100 gets you $607 over there. Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Scott, anything else for people before we get up out of here?
Yes. One thing I'll add, regardless of who wins and who loses, a reminder that the next round does start on Sunday.
Yes, it does.
So keep that in mind.
All right. With that, that is it. He's at Reichel Radio. I'm at really real __. Make sure you give us a follow on X. And yeah, that's it. We have nothing else to say. Nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. We are out of here.